Today we're playing a little bit of Vigilance on Varos 5. Long story short about this game, it's just generally a Metroid on acid, and you'll see this in a very, very close second. Animations of this game are just so simplistic, like a art student just made this in 5 minutes. That was exceptionally good at, well, making games that rip off Metroid, but we won't get into that. As you can tell by this has a straightforward gameplay. You'll see why I said it looks just like Metroid in a second here. There it is right there. And one reason why Jesus punches kittens in the face. You know, he just doesn't care. But kidding aside, this game is abandonware yet again. This is for the DOS. I'll show you some of the comparisons of Metroid in this game. Just the only difference between this game and Metroid is that this one actually has actual voices for the characters. So it's visually better. Well, not by a long shot visually, but it does have that, you know, I'm a DOS game, so fuck you kind of thing to it. Looks like it's been drawn in a couple minutes as well. I mean, again, I gotta give credit for what's credit's due, but however, I consider some plagiarism behind some concepts behind this game versus Metroid. Yeah, you get the point. Obviously, Metroid coming out a heck of a lot more before this game did. Again, this character I'm playing as looks like he came out of Gears of War with his boots on, and Michael Jackson just slapped on a pair of those boots and popped it in and played some of that, basically. Really interesting game. I mean, obviously something you would have to get used to with the Control Alternate scheme. Graphics did not age too well. Need a missile for that area. This game is the same concept as Metroid. Basically, very open world, very explorable. What sets this game apart from Metroid? Nothing besides really simplistic design on the levels. It has sort of like that feel from Turrican meets Metroid, more likely. Anyone who knows what Turrican is, then you won my favorites book. Right, there we go. Oh, but Metroid didn't have this kind of coolness. Again, this game just screams Metroid's simplicity of the first game, but it, it complements it as well. I don't think it's a bad thing that this has the same aspects as Metroid, but again, it's not a bad thing. It's sort of like the PC version of the original Metroid, Obviously, this one coming out more of a later date, or a sooner date than the Metroid game we all know and love, Super Metroid. And the funny thing about this game is that companies that charge for this type of game, games like Duke Nukem and all that, became famous just by taking off a lot of stuff from other companies. Did it matter? Did it make them bad games? Not by a long shot. Again. It just meant it was a different way of looking at these type of games as far as I've seen it. Am I kind of disappointed about the company doing that to Nintendo? Yeah. I don't think a game like this could destroy Nintendo's reputation of making a solid series anyway, so. This game didn't go too far in the eyes of the public, so you didn't really hear too much of this game. If you did, people didn't really... people who actually enjoyed this game didn't really know what the hell Metroid was, and that's actually... you're kind of like, what? That's true. Most people who played PC games back in the day didn't even know what the hell Metroid was. Some people who are like, gonna say, well, I know what it was. It's like, yeah, because you guys had a Nintendo. People had computers. Like, people just played straight up computers all day. They don't know what the hell in Nintendo games most of the games library was. Most of them didn't even recognize Mario up until a little bit later on, because Mario 3 is really what brought out the series. But just wanted to show you guys a little bit of this game, and hope you guys enjoyed what you saw. Well, thank you folks, thank you guys so much for watching. Gameplay more soon.